Joined now by Fox NBA analyst Slick Rick the Bucher. But Acho, does Kevin Durant take too much heat for his social media use?
No. KD, he lights the burner, he pours in the coals, he throws the embers into the coals, and he watches the heat cook. Ain't no way he takes too much heat. He is the one who creates all of the heat. Then also we have to say this, KD. Yes, we love to watch the Warriors play. The Warriors are phenomenal. You made the Warriors even more phenomenal and made the Warriors even more exciting. But to say that people hate on KD's social media usage because he is great is just an absolute lie. Like, Dame Lillard may not be KD, but Dame Lillard, nice. Let's not get it twisted. Like, KD, the reason people hate on his social media ain't because he's good. It's because of what he says. Dame and CJ, they don't have burner accounts that we found. Dame and CJ haven't been exposed with all types of explicit words being said to a certain individual. Like, they don't have those things. They get their jokes off like the next man. They clown people like the next man. But don't try to say the reason you're hated is because you are great. The reason you're hated on social media is because you are a rude person on social media responding to rude people on social media. That's what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with talent. It has nothing to do with skill level. Kevin Durant calls for the hate that he receives on social media. His greatness calls for it. Let's make no mistake about it. People like to hate people they cannot be and will not be, but also his words and actions call for it as well.
Yeah, he's not getting too much heat. He's not getting enough heat. And especially now suggesting that the reason that he's getting the heat that he is because, you know, I'm just so good at what I do. And I was just part of a team and we were just so good and people didn't like that. No, that's not it. To your point, Emmy, he's used expletives that Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, and any number of players have not used. Yes, they've all clapped back at various trolls and critics, but they've done it under their own name. To me, that's where this really goes off the rails, is Kevin Durant has admitted, unlike any of those other guys, not only did he have a burner account that was pretending to be a KD fan defending him, but he has since said, yeah, I got rid of that burner account, and then I realized I missed it. So I have some more burner accounts. So we don't even know who is saying what when it comes to Kevin Durant. He even went so far as to say, I only talk about basketball. I don't talk about politics or anything else, so what's the problem? You can go to his Twitter feed right now and find out that that's not true. So the issue is not that Kevin Durant is great as a basketball player, and that's why people have an issue with him on social media. The problem they have is he's not great at social media, and that's why he gets heat for the way that he uses it.
Here's my thing, Slick. Because KD done shot a lot of people on social media. And I just found out today he done shot at your boy. 7-21-21. I'm minding my own business, Marcellus Wiley, Slick Rick. I'm thinking I'm saying something to help the betterment of the world. Never let what you do define who you are, because when you no longer do what it is what you do, you'll have no idea who you are. I posted on Twitter trying to encourage the masses. Do not be defined by your occupation. All of a sudden, I see people blowing me up, clowning me. Why are they blowing me up, clowning me, Slick Rick? It was just this morning in preparing for this block that I see Kevin Durant had to retweet somebody clowning your boy. All of a sudden, the trolls are at me. I didn't know it was KD who sent the minions at me. Because KD did it under the guise of someone else, just retweeting somebody else's clowning. Slick Rick, you hit the nail on the head.
Did he?
It's not that KD uses social media. It's how he uses social media. He got me not with the burner account, but with the little minion. I'm watching KD. I'm noticing KD, and I've been affected as well.
Oh, man. Y'all doing too much about KD on social media.
Or is KD doing too much?
No, KD's doing it great.
It's one or the other. I feel safe in where I stand on
Well, KD has 19.2 million followers, and he has the 8th most amount of tweets by any NBA player. By success in terms of him actually getting a draw and getting attention and whatever social media is intended to do, he's highly successful at social media, nearly 20 million followers. Let's also talk about how he's highly successful at the game of basketball. Now, this is where they intersect. We only know KD because he's a basketball player, and he's one of the best in the world, and I think he is the best, and he's one of the best of all time. With that said, we're talking about social media. What is social media? It's an alternative reality. Y'all got to remember, everybody who keeps talking about these burner accounts, it's all fake on social media. So why y'all mad he got a fake account? Think about it. Y'all think that a real account from somebody is really who they are and really what their life is? No, it's a forced intended expose of what they want you to see of their life. It's basically the highlights and not necessarily the real game of what their life looks like. Now let's talk about this alternative reality. Because in this reality, the one I live in right now, Acho's right next to me, Slick Rick, you see you right there in the middle box. In real world reality, it's about the truth. It's about what's real. It's about reality. But on social media, you know what it's about? It's about what you like. And KD knows this because that's why there's a like button. And in that like button, we have now been rigged to think it's not about what's real, it's about what you like. So now your decisions on people is based on likability. KD broke this down. I'm going to help him break it down even further. So once you find somebody that you follow, say something you don't like, all of a sudden, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, all of a sudden, I don't like you no more. KD ain't the only one that went through this. Ice Cube went through this. Ice Cube was a gangster rapper who was also a family man movie star that could do no wrong. People loved him from his entrepreneurship. He had the big three. Everywhere you went, yay, yay. And then Ice Cube just told two political parties, give me a plan. And people didn't like to hear that. They didn't like to hear that, even though it was real what he was trying to get out of it. So then they didn't like Ice Cube no more. So once they didn't like Ice Cube, no matter what he did, they say, I don't want to hear it. I don't like you. So yay, yay went to nay, nay. And that's how y'all want to treat my man, Kevin Durant. He looking at y'all like y'all telling on yourselves. This ain't real, but y'all really don't like me. So now no matter what I do, good, bad, or ugly, it's going to come off as bad to you. Well, that's not a problem for me. It sounds like it's a you problem.
But if it ain't real, then why he really be getting his feelings hurt?
How's he getting his feelings hurt?
If it ain't real, why would you feelings hurt? Because you need, the only reason you get your feelings hurt is if you need to clown somebody off a burner account defending oneself.
No.
Why do you got to defend something that's fake?
First of all,
if we're in a fake society,
that ain't real.
If we're in a fake society and somebody's saying fake comments and fake things at me, I ain't got to defend what's not real. If my real feelings aren't really hurt, then I don't have to really reply.
Yes, you do.
So he's replying because he's affected, because it's real.
That's not it.
To a degree. He's not replying because he doesn't have that much free
It's like
time.
a quarter in the video game. Player one goes, player two goes. We playing the game together, brother. Oh, you engage, I engage as well. It's called gamesmanship. If we're all in this fake battle, it's still real while we in this fake battle. Social media ain't real. All he's saying is, look, you shoot at me, I shoot at you. But guess what? I go back to my peaceful existence. I hope you do as well. If you don't, that's a you problem, bro. I'm with KD on this. You shoot at me, I don't care. I got too many kids. But if I didn't have them kids like KD, oh, I'll be shooting back at y'all.
The problem is, and Slick, let me just get one little punch.
All right, yeah, Slick, come on in here.
It's like, y'all remember The Matrix? Y'all remember Neo? Morpheus. Y'all remember all that? What they say in The Matrix? If you die in The Matrix, you die in real life. So The Matrix wasn't real, but if you die in The Matrix, you gonna die in real life. Them hits that you feel in The Matrix, even though The Matrix was fake,
let me hear this.
You was gonna feel them joints in real life.
Bring this
so
together.
Kevin Durant,
Bring this together.
although Twitter is not real, those hits he feels on social media, Marcellus Wiley, he feels those hits in real life. How do we know that? What was the first interview he did this year on TNT with Shaq, with Chuck, with Kenny the Jet, with Ernie Johnson, when they're trying to ask him questions? But he was already mad at Chuck. He was already mad at those guys for how they had talked about him. So in real life, because now this was no longer social media, in real life, now no, Chuck's comments were on social, so now in real life, KD felt some type of way. In real life,
Chuck doesn't have Twitter, though.
In real life, these things start to translate because what is fake, he feels in real life. I don't agree social media is fake. Because I think that if you get affected on social media, your person actually does get affected in my own personal experience. But I also know that KD does get impacted based upon what we see off social.
Yeah, and this is where it's real too. There are real people who have lost their jobs as a result of things that they have put on social media. So the idea that everything on social media is fake is simply not true. And I don't like taking it to a place where we say, you know, let's take it to the lowest common denominator. Are there people that create fights and are critics and do all of that on social media that they would never do in real life? Absolutely. True. But that doesn't mean that everybody should drop to that level or that it's acceptable to drop to that level. And the idea that Kevin Durant is winning at social media because of the number of followers that he has, that's the worst kind of thing. I just want to be, if I get a lot of people that are following me, it means I must be doing something right. We know that popularity is not necessarily a reflection of being right or good or anything else. It's all in and of itself. You can be popular for a multitude of reasons. And this is the greatest issue that I have with the way KD conducts himself on social media, and I'd say this is with a couple of other players as well, is that I do respect you as a player. I do admire what you've done in your profession. And because of that platform that you've been given, because you are so great at that thing, you now have the ability to affect other people in a positive way. And that includes using your social media. And when you choose to misuse that and not use it for the best that you could, like I can feel about you some kind of way that you're wasting an opportunity that you have. You're not obligated to me or anybody else to use it a certain way.
Thank you.
But I see it as a lost opportunity, so I'm going to think about you a little less as a result.
Lost opportunity? Oh, like just signing a 4-year Supermax in the real world, winning Olympic gold in the real world, probably going to win another championship next year if they stay healthy in the real world. But y'all talking about how it impacts them.
Ends don't justify the means.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? You want to talk about some means? He already sitting on $500 million and he just signed another Supermax and you talk about, oh, I don't like how you missed an opportunity on social? What the hell? All right, what's the best metric to measure social media success? If it's not about likes and followers, then what is it? I like your post. Oh, once again, that like word. And KD pointed out and highlighted. All y'all talking about is likability. And once the great got greater, meaning my great individual talents went to a greater situation in Golden State, y'all stopped liking me. I saw this play already happen, though. Now, Slick, hold on, let me get some of these ribs. They did this to Beyonce. Remember when they booed Destiny Child in Philly? They did this to Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston couldn't go nowhere in the early 90s because she was so successful. Everywhere she went, they were looking at her, turning her eyes and booing her. You can get hyper successful, uber successful to the point where people start to turn on you. They always say that about us in the media. We love to build someone else, but we love even more to tear someone down. The last point I have before I go to you, Slick, again, is y'all stop bringing up Dame Lillard and CJ, who I love and respect, both of them. They know that. Because they may have burners we don't know about. They may just be better at covering it up. But more importantly, they ain't KD. So KD doing the same thing as Draymond, Dame, CJ is really not the same thing. KD's going to get scrutinized even more so because he's the greatest of those stars. Slick, you got a little more? I'm sorry.
I got one quick thing, and I hope Acho doesn't mind me using it.
Uh-oh.
He just did an interview with Wheezy. And I saw the response from a follower who saw that and said that it changed their view on their depression and possibly taking their life. That tells me all I know about the potential of having a positive impact. I don't know how many likes are on it. I don't care. The fact is that it had a meaning and it was done through social media. And that's where I think there can be a benefit.